Day 72 of the vlog. Starting out with the rating, probably a 6 still. Not quite comfortable saying it's a 7. Mentally still trying to work through the loss, I guess, of the friendship. So that's weighing on me. And even today with the run, I just, another day where I just, like yesterday, I didn't want to run. I just felt more, it would be easier mentally just to say, I'm gonna just take the day off, relax, and not do anything. So this is important. Just get out there, just do 1 mile at a time. And normally after the first mile, the second, third, and fourth come along. But for the training, it was another easy run, 8 miles today. Slowest was the first one at 7:39. And then from there, flowed in between the teens and the 20s, and the last one was a 7:09. The average was 7:21. It was still a decent day, even though it was about 94 degrees outside. It felt a little warm. But I'm glad I took some extra time to hydrate today. I knew it was going to be warmer, and I didn't want to wait till too late to try to run and then eat and get back and do the rest of the stuff. And as far as the other exercises, still 100 push-ups, so that's good. Look at the chart, 97 days, so almost at 100. Even though yesterday was one of those breakdown days, I just said I don't want to do any push-ups, I don't want to do any curls, I don't want to run, I don't want to vlog, I don't want to record anything. I just want to relax, nap, avoid everything, not read, just totally disregard the routine that's been set up. Got it done. Today was a little bit of the same situation, but got it done. Actually, already done with the reading, and got in what was today's, the curls? No, the pull-ups. So 2 sets of 10 for the pull-ups and 2 sets of 12 for the face pulls. And then since the reading's done, I wanted to mention I got in this concept yesterday in the book, and it talked about the idea of capitalization learning and compensation learning. And capitalization learning is one of those things where you naturally pick something up, whether it's singing, dancing, running, reading, something like that, where it just comes easy to you and there's little effort, but you still enjoy doing it because it comes so easy and you're good at it. And then there was the compensation learning, which I guess I've never heard it put in this term before. I've just heard of more either you're easy or good at it, whatever activity it was. But just the example it gives that someone was dyslexic and had to learn to memorize the words and put the words into pictures and phrases so that they can remember it down the road. It just helped them build a different set of skills. And online it talks about compensation learning is when we forge a new skill set to compensate for a weakness. If I'm dyslexic, I struggle with the written word. Because of that, I've developed excellent listening and memory skills to compensate for my weakness in handling the written word. Which is a little bit what this whole chapter was about, but putting it in the context of capitalization learning and compensation learning was really interesting. It made me think of, where do I sit in those skills, and especially in terms of running, I don't think running ever came easy. Even now, like today I said I was struggling. Yesterday I said I was struggling. I remember when I started back in high school, I thought I was struggling. Definitely was not the fastest kid on the team by any means, and it was not fast at the meets, and definitely got beat over and over, and it took a while to get going, but it was one of those things I could find where it was just you and the clock. It didn't really matter who you were racing against. They were just help to keep you honest in the race. So you know, if you were saying, okay, I'm doing a mile and I'm a half mile in, I just want to give up, or I'm tired, even mentally telling yourself you're tired, or you have to slow down, you're going to see that next person start to pull away from you and go in front, or maybe even pass you if they're behind. And so them being there helped you see how good or bad you felt, maybe even how, on some level, how good or bad you wanted to keep running. Because it's easy for your body to tell yourself, I'm done, I'm tired, slow down. And that's a natural instinct. And so you start learning how to program your body to say, you're fine, you're relaxed, you're trained for this. You know you can run faster, keep going. And so you just keep getting a little better, a little bit stronger, and just keep progressing. And at the end, you're not looking at who you beat, because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you could say John Doe, Jane Doe, whatever, and most people aren't going to know who it is. So why focus on them so much? I mean, your time is always going to be a solid time, and as long as you're doing your best, that's the thing you're going to beat, hopefully beat over and over again. It's going to keep you coming back. So I thought that was interesting. Hopefully this chapter will dive a little bit into more of that. Maybe I'll try to figure out where I can do little chapter reviews for this, because I've got some good stuff in here, some good small comparison stories. Definitely get where the underdog's coming from. The example they gave with the book, where the guy was dyslexic, in the way that he trained himself, the way that he almost learned to argue. Gave an example and said the person was in school and had F's, some D's, and maybe a C here and there. And he got used to talking to the teacher and saying, hey, what do you think if, I did more work, I showed up to class, I'm trying, what if you bump up my F to a D, or my D to a C? And got used to almost arguing, and got up to grad school to be a lawyer, and was so used to arguing that it came so natural for him, and they could argue any case, whereas other people it came natural and they didn't know how to stand up for that. They just almost said, okay, here's my A, here's my B, that is what it is, and they were training themselves in a long route way to do better, to be better, and to strengthen that skill, which they later used in the courtroom, which very interesting. Very interesting how that came along. So that was pretty cool. So with that, we'll end for the day. Run your life with health and happiness. Have a good night.